Okay, so good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the City of Arcola City Council regular meeting for Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, beginning at 6 p.m. at Arcola City Hall, located at 13222 Highway 6, Arcola, Texas, 77583, for the purpose of considering the following items. The City Council of the City of Arcola, Texas reserves the right to meet in closed session on any of the below items should the need arise, and if applicable, pursuant to the authorization by Title 5, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. I now call this meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. and we have a quorum. Tonight's invocation will be presented by Councilmember Rosemary Bigby and followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilmember Fred Burton.
We all rise and bow our heads. Lord, we thank you for bringing us back together again. And I'm hoping and praying that we have a peaceful and civil meeting. And everyone, please watch their tongues. Thank you. Amen.
This time we will have roll call. Mayor Pro Tem REG.
Here.
Councilmember Evelyn Jones.
Here.
Councilmember Rosemary Bigby.
Here.
Councilmember Florence Jackson. Present. Councilmember Fred Burton. Also present in place of our attorney is Mr. Charles Williams, Olson and Olson. City Attorney Ingrid Flournoy, City Secretary Dr. Annette Fajardo, City Administrator, and is Zohar here? Okay. All right, so at this time, we will move to our public comment.
Yes, Mayor. We have Ms. Anna Laura here speaking, just doing a general.
Okay. People come in, yeah, you have 3 minutes, and if people know if you need a translator, you can have 6 minutes.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, attorneys, staff, and citizens of Arcola. Thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Ana Meneses Lara. I am married to Eliodoro Lara, and we own a house located at 202 Pinedale Avenue. I'm a Christian woman who respects leadership and believes in serving our community. I am the owner of a nonprofit organization that helps young girls who have become pregnant by teaching them how to care for themselves physically, emotionally, and financially. I also volunteer as a mediator at the Fort Bend Mediation Center and occasionally at the Harris County Dispute Resolution Center. I have over 33 years that I have built a business solely on reputation. I have never advertised in any way, shape, or form, yet people travel from far distance to use our services because they know that I am a hard, honest, working woman. I have always supported community leaders by being a voice for those who often go unheard, particularly members in the Hispanic community. When I moved to Arcola, I met then Mayor Fred Burton and his family. My support for any leader does not simply come from meeting them. I research, I listen to community members, and I bring their concerns forward. Because of my involvement in the community, a couple of years ago, I was asked if I would consider running for city council. I obtained a candidate packet. I had to have surgery and could commit at that time. This year, I was on vacation and I missed the deadline. When I was previously positioned myself to run for city council, Annette contacted me and requested my W-9. I was surprised by that request because I was not intending on running to city council to receive a paycheck. I wanted to run because during a town hall meeting and many meetings, I noticed that there were not a lot of Hispanics in the meeting. As in the last town hall meeting, it was said, those people don't even vote. Those people don't even come to meetings. And several other comments that were not very uplifting. I wanted to be a voice for those people, those who may be afraid to speak for one reason or another, not to receive compensation or siphon money from the city of Arcola. Over the years, I have helped this community by translating city articles, by distributing them to Hispanic residents. I have informed my neighbors about festivals, luncheons, community events, and even heavy pickup, so we can all stay informed. However, during the recent town hall meeting, City Council Evelyn Jones publicly made defamatory statements about me, which constituted slander and libel. Yet today,
Your
she
time is
stands
up.
on City Council.
Your time is up. Yeah. The next public comment that we have is Mr. Ilio Lara, general comment.
Getting away.
Okay, so, wait a minute, let me change that. Let me change my time on here. It's gonna be 6 minutes for
Okay.
translation purposes.
Okay.
Okay, you can go ahead and start.
According to ordinance number O-2025-04-003, section 1, 2.040.020, City Council Rules of Procedure, Order and Decorum, the presiding officer is required to preserve order and prevent personal attacks. The ordinance specifically states, no council member shall use language that is personally offensive or impugn the motives of others. No council member shall use language that brings contempt upon a member of the city council or others. If a city council member violates these rules or acts in any way that causes embarrassments or disgrace to the city of Arcola, that member may be disciplined. And I see her standing right there. Based on these rules, I stand before you today to formally request that City Council member Evelyn Jones step down from City Council because she slandered me. She embarrassed Mrs. Fred Burton. She embarrassed my husband. She disgraced me. I heard people behind me laughing at what she said because she said that I was his girlfriend. And I totally resent that. I have been a member and I am a virtuous woman. And to say that in public and slander me was very, very hard and difficult. And seeing her here is even worse. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
There are no more public comments.
At all?
No, none of the general nature, no ma'am.
Okay, well, at this time, we'll move to city council comments. Councilmember Burton?
First off,
I'm sorry, hold on. Can you start here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I personally like to apologize to you, Miss Anna, for the city of Arcola, just for us sitting up here and being an embarrassment to this community. It's number one. And I agree with you. Councilmember Jones should step down because making statements like that can go a long way in defaming you in that community. And folks can pass by your house and see you outside doing the things that you guys are doing all the time and would be saying and pointing, and who knows what they're saying. But the idea of, that you being ridiculed like that in public, that was not what that meeting was for. That meeting was for something that you brought to me and told me, well, you called me and told me about a situation in the neighborhood. And we rallied, as a community should do, around each other to get an understanding of what was going on. Because you came to me as a council member. And doing my job, I listened. Because that's what we were supposed to do up here. Unfortunately, one of us do it up here. And I'll be that one. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Councilmember Jones.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I had come here tonight to apologize and ask forgiveness for the meeting that I was attending the last time because it got so heated with lots of lies being thrown. And I just really can't stand lies too much. So yes, I did say what I say. I apologize, but I didn't say anything that was not true. So since I did what I did, like I said, I asked forgiveness, I apologize, but I would not step down.
You didn't say anything that was not true?
Okay, so, Mayor Pro Tem? Councilmember Lee?
The meeting really did hit out of hand, you know, and I'm sure some things were said that wasn't appropriate, but at the time, that person thought that she should, you know, say these things, and Mr. Burton has said some things that are totally, I've been called a pig, and, you know, different things, you know, which is totally inappropriate for a fellow council person, but I can deal with that, but, I understand people get heated and say different stuff, you know, so that's all I have to say.
Councilmember Zach?
No,
I will say that, I really feel bad that the city of Arcola, that this is what Arcola has become known for mostly. And I hope that, going forward, we are all able to abide by this rules of decorum. And I'm glad you read them out to all of us, because, that's something that we need to abide by. Everybody needs to abide. Everybody needs to abide by that. Because to come up at one point, I mean, we've seen lots and lots and lots of stuff that's said that has been completely and utterly untrue, from accusing this administration of stealing money to very personal attacks. And I'm hoping that we can move forward and focus on the business of the city. And if any of y'all don't have this city of Arcola and everything that we've been doing in the city, please make sure you pick one up of an update before you leave out of here tonight. So that's all I'll say on that. And then at this point, Madam Secretary, we'll move on to the agenda.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Moving on to agenda item 3, consent agenda. 3A, consideration of and action to approve the minutes of the workshop on Monday, February 9th, 2026, and regular meeting on Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. Ingrid Flournoy, City Secretary.
May I have a motion, please?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of Monday, February 9th, and Tuesday, February 10th.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mayor Pro Tem Abel, seconded by Councilmember Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed.
Agenda item 4, presentations. This is information only. For a February 2026 permit monthly report, Mr. Marquis Walker, permit administrator.
Good evening, council members.
Good evening.
I'm here to give my report for the permits that were issued for the month of February this year. There were 5 electrical permits issued, 1 commercial building permit issued, 1 plumbing permit issued, 2 one-day vendor permits issued, 1 mechanical permit, 1 culvert permit, 1 sign permit, and 2 alcohol renewal permits, totaling 14 for the month of February. If there's any questions?
I don't think we have. Thank you, Marquis. I appreciate you.
4B, city engineer report, Mr. Lawrence Turner, Calusa, Inc.
Good evening, everyone. You should have a copy of the report in front of you. I will be brief. Pretty much, we still have the same projects going on. The Arcola water plant, they're moving forward with this project as well. Summarizing it, we pretty much figured that they'll have the installation and painting of all the electrical components. That should all happen by the end of March. That's the time frame we have as it relates to the Arcola water plant. The freshwater supply district wastewater treatment plant expansion, that's the 450. That's currently ongoing right now. It's still on track. Currently, the contractor's working on the splitter box, and the blowers. Construction is still scheduled to be completed within the fourth quarter of 2026. North Pine sanitary sewer rehabilitation. They're almost through with the installation of the 12-inch sanitary sewer line along North Pine Street. By next month, we should be complete as it relates to that project right there. Design projects, those are all the construction ones. The design project. The ultimate permit, again, it's there at TCEQ. Again, we think we should get it the second quarter of 2026 as it relates to that particular project. That's just the permit. That's for the ultimate 4.6. That's the ultimate. We think that's as big as we can get it right there. And we need that permit first. The relocation of the 521 roadway project. Those plans are ready. We're just still waiting on the railroad and right of way to get it complete before we can go out for bids on that one. The second phase, or phase 3 expansion, which is going from 1.4 to 1.8, those plans are complete. We're going to be planning on going out for bids within the next 30 to 45 days on that particular project. We're trying to coincide those projects where as soon as they finish that one, they can just keep on going with the next phase right there. We still make sure everybody's involved. We send it to all the people that are check signers. All their consultants get it. Freshwater One, they get it. MMD, everyone gets it, and are allowed time to provide feedback. And that's worked well. All three entities have worked well together from the technical side. The wastewater Chocolate Bayou, that's on the agenda. We're not going to talk about that one. Or the asphalt, because those two will be awarded tonight, and so we'll discuss them at that time. The last thing that I have for you is the Arcola Community Center. I did get something today, and I think I kind of gave you all a snapshot of what it looks like. They actually sent me a pretty picture, because everybody likes a pretty picture. They want to see that vision come to a reality, and so VCS, they actually provided me a little rendering so you can really see what it looks like over there in the area right there. And so that's the rendering right there. Architect is still working on the plan. Remember, this is a county-funded project. We're just the benefactors of it, but it's on our property. We still make sure we go through the city and make sure that everything fits well and is integrated, and it's still part of the vision that you all have for this area right here. Other than that, that concludes my report. I'll entertain any questions anybody have of me as it relates to
How many square feet?
around 5,000.
So Larry, does the county send you the plans on that?
So they actually, so what happens is they have a consultant, an architect, VCS. And this is kind of one of those projects that the way it works is the actual building portion and everything within that envelope area, i.e. the canopy, the playground, that area right there, all of that is part of the county, and they have an architect, VCS, who's handling that portion. Mm-hmm. Once we get plans, I'll forward those to everybody. Now, the driveway and all the parking that's associated not only with this particular building, but the parking that will be expanded on out here in the parking lot, in the grass area, that's a different pot of money, a different consultant altogether. That's part of the mobility package right there. So you got two different funding sources, two different packages, but all of those meetings, we meet once a month to kind of go through to see where they're at with mobility, where they're at with the architect. And we look at them from Calusa on behalf of Arcola
Yeah.
to make sure they're working. So no, everything goes through Arcola, i.e. through Calusa, until it's ready for presentation. Because, we don't bring everybody in, we let the little eggheads all work it out together first, and then we come to you.
So if you see a problem with what the county is doing,
I stop them.
you'll bring it up to them and say,
I
we
stop
have a
them.
problem here.
They don't do anything without us looking at it. And the reason being, it just makes sense because we try to know where all the bones are buried. And so everything goes through us. Does this make sense? That, because we know what the detention pond can handle. We know what the plan was for as far as storm sewer going over there, where the water line is coming from Highway 6 up to this site.
Right.
So, no, it's just a natural fit that we do. And again, as I always tell you, this is the city of Arcola's property. They're just writing a check for you, but it's your property. So it's got to fit within the grand scheme of what you plan for.
And your report says that the bidding will start the fourth quarter of this year.
That is correct.
So how long will it take to actually construct approximately?
Generally, so they actually did something like this, generally between, I'm going to say 12 months, around 12 months, anywhere between 9 to 14 months, somewhere off in there.
So that's
The biggest issue is
building,
always electric.
The basketball court,
Yeah.
within 12 months.
Yeah, average. And that's if we can get electricity. Electricity's always been the issue. Every project you've ever had here in Arcola, and it's not just Arcola, it's anybody. Centerpoint's the only game in town, and so that's always a challenge in getting the service and then getting them out here as well, because that's a different group. Any other questions on this item or any parts of my report?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I know we put the parking lot in, we didn't put drainage. Are you gonna put drainage? Is drainage been addressed in this particular?
Oh, yeah, no, it's, so if you look at, it should show up on the, so they'll have another detention pond just south of that basketball court right there. And it will, and all of this comes out. It's gonna be a piece of storm sewer that comes
All
through
of it
there.
comes out.
Like they'll piece, like where the asphalt is right now, they'll extend a piece of storm sewer through there. You'll ultimately have concrete out there, ultimately.
So they gotta bust that up, then come back. and put
Yeah,
concrete
that is
on.
correct. At the end of the day, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
that's correct.
yeah.
And that can be repurposed though, correct? The
Yeah, they can take,
asphalt-
the county may take the asphalt and use it, that's,
What they did for the sign,
Yeah.
they did sign.
Well, okay, that's it.
any other thing, as it relates
Yes, I
to
do
my
have-
report?
I do have, yes, as it
Yes,
relates
ma'am.
to your, okay, so I see you have it there, Arcola citywide asphalt overlay. Those streets are not all overlay, right? Those are, we're actually doing some structural stuff to some, right?
On some, not on all of them, not on all, on some of them we are, on some of them, but not on
I
all
think
of
the
them.
ones that what we talked about, the ones that we are doing, those should have all been having some structural stuff done, correct?
Depending on, so it's not a
Except-
full.
Oh, no, not Greg.
Yeah, no, it's not a full reconstruction. What it is, those areas that we identified that
Okay,
had
I'm gonna go back-
subgrade
I'm gonna
failures.
go back to my email.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna go, now the plans is that's what we
Okay.
did, was the plan.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
go
it's not a
back.
full reconstruction on every street,
All
no,
right, okay.
no,
Okay. And then I will say that on this community center, I do know that they wanted to put some more elements in here, like a splash pad and stuff like that for the kids, but, I had some concerns about the splash pad. I had some concerns about the liability, because, sometimes when that water is not filtering through correctly, it causes,
Bacteria.
Yeah, and I didn't want that so for the city, so we opted for more green space, because there are other activities that we'll be doing out there. So just to let everybody else know that, there will be other activities also going on out there, so.
Any other questions for me on this report? All right, thank y'all very much.
Agenda item 4C, State of the City, Mayor Vita B. Williams.
All right, so, as far as the state of the city for the most part is really, really good. The city of Arcola, we're growing. We have lots of partners who are coming to the city of Arcola to want to invest in Arcola. Many of these people recognize that Arcola hasn't had a serious investment in a long time, that it kind of got left out of some of the growth investment. And so we've had some very productive meetings to deal with all kinds of the activities and programs, from healthcare programs for seniors and having access to them here in Arcola, to programming for the young folk, to transportation, to grocery stores, or to doctor's appointments for seniors, and or for the kids during the summer program. I mean, it's a lot that people are willing to make an investment in. And hopefully we can provide the type of leadership that they can work with, so that we can actually, we can negotiate those types of things. Update on, the meeting is for the meeting with the people down on Howell Street for that, that one street. We have not had that meeting yet. We tried to meet with them. They haven't come together as one, at one time where we can actually sit down with all the owners down there that own property on that street. So we are still waiting to try to get with them to see when they can meet with us. One of the things when I first got in here, one of the residents over in Pinedale Manor came to me and said that they wanted to have identity markers for various areas in the city. Just like Post Oak Point has a very nice identity marker for that subdivision, and so does Reverend Ranch is gonna have one. Well, we have a number of subdivisions sort of in this community. And we wanna, I'm just bringing it up as a discussion, but I wanna let y'all know that I'm gonna be bringing this forward because I think it's appropriate that Pinedale Manor has its own markers. That Arcola Farms has its own markers. That Plantation Oaks might have their own marker. And Arcola Heights has its own marker. So, and we need to talk to people down on the south end to see what it is they would like to call their area, because it's just really right now, it doesn't really have a name. And so we want to make sure that it clearly identifies them in the way that they want to be recognized and identified. As far as the wellness park is on point and on schedule to, well, hopefully with the weather. Hopefully the weather doesn't hold us up too much, but right now we're waiting on the gate, to the front gate. They said that they had to make it, specifically for that area. So we're waiting on that. Then we still have to do a little regrade, and then we're gonna do some landscaping. Yeah, that's gonna be a nice little place. I keep talking about it, but it's coming. So I keep putting it out there. The new middle school will be opening in the fall. Amy Coleman Middle School will be opening in the fall, and it is beautiful. Had a chance to go over there and look around over there, and it is really nice. It is huge, humongous. So I know some of the people over in Post Oak Point had some concerns about a traffic light for the school over there. Those things are not in the city's hands. We can try to talk to, text out and stuff like that, these different people in terms of putting up lights and stuff, but that's a decision that they make, not the city of Arcola. Also, some of the residents in Post Oak Point also talked about additional sidewalks for the kids, but again, that is not something that the city of Arcola is actually, and I think we talked to somebody and they were saying, well, they're not gonna put any on that side of the street. So there's absolutely nothing that we can do about those things. As far as the traffic, I'm trying to address some things that residents have brought up to us. As far as the traffic on 521, I think that I've heard that it's gotten a little bit better. I know our officers have been out there. Chief, can you tell me whether or not they're still doing that every day, or how is that working?
They go out there and monitor it daily, and if they need to adjust it, they will.
Yeah, and I've gotten some feedback to say that traffic is moving a little bit quicker and that they're not having to wait so long. Some people were saying they had like a 30-minute wait coming from right down by Rosharon and coming up here to 521. As far as somebody asked me about the traffic on 521 going down to Alameda, that's out of our hands, not something that we can control. And also there was somebody had asked us about City Hall hosting an event for candidates for this election. We don't do political stuff up at the City Hall. So we will not be having those types of forums here at the city. And, but anyway, just want to try to address your concerns. As far as the maintenance building, we decided after we, council, y'all decided on a new building, we looked at that. Then we decided, when we saw that in order to put the new building in, you gotta take the fencing down, put the fencing back up, you gotta have that, pay to have that building hauled off. And since we had done the mold mediation, found out there's no mold in there, we did get bids for some repairs, because that first one was so outlandish that there was no way we could do that. But we decided to call some other people back in, and we got a very good bid on that, and we're gonna be saving the city some money for the new building. So, and so that will start on Monday and probably run through April 3rd. That's the time frame that they're giving me. Over in Pinedale Manor, we had some of the residents talking about that fence along the back that separates you all from the concrete plant and how all the dust was coming over there. We had a conversation with them over at Martin Marietta. They will be fixing that fence coming up. They asked us to give them until April 30th to come into compliance. And so we've granted them that option. So they are going to be taking care of that.
You know it's
Yeah. We've been talking to them about that since Hurricane Beryl, as a matter of fact. And so they had tried to do some stuff, but they was trying to erect the same fencing back up, and then it was falling into the drainage ditch. So we did have them go make sure they got that out of that drainage ditch, and to take care of the fencing in general. So I think that's probably all I'm gonna cover right now, because I could go on and on about things that we got going on here in the city of Arcola. But, we'll keep you updated going forward. So,
Can I?
Yeah.
The mayor doesn't like the Tudor horn grant, but this community center is being built in the city of Arcola by the county at no charge to the city of Arcola. So it's gonna benefit all our residents. And it's being built because the mayor put together a relationship with our county, and they have a very good working relationship now. And it's, her leadership is benefiting this city and its citizens. And another thing that almost is never brought up is the water plant that's sitting out there. It was almost a $3 million water plant. And the city was paying on a yearly basis. And the county stepped up and said that we're gonna grant that water system to the city of Arcola for whatever we've paid so far. So we now own that water system free and clear. And once again, by the mayor building a relationship with the county. So I just want everybody to know that.
And a working council who have worked, tirelessly and as well as city administrator and all the staff here who have helped us, build this team. So it is definitely a team effort. And, yeah. So I do appreciate that. And that's it.
Okay, moving on to agenda 5, regular agenda items. All items under this section are up for discussion, consideration, and possible action. Agenda item 5A, to approve the February 2026 municipal operations and consulting report. Mr. Rhoda Lee Al, MOC Area Manager Operations.
Good evening, council, mayor, and residents here. You should have a copy of your operator's report in front of you. We're looking at the billing period for February of '26. We had 988 connections, 18 of those being vacant. On the sewer connections, we had 688 coming from Freshwater One, and for our total sewer connections that go to our sewer plant for 1,929. Just below, our water plant produced 6,372,000 gallons. We bid out 6,107,000 gallons, which put us at a 96 accounted for. Just to the right, we're looking at your February delinquent accounts for Arcola. Water and sewer, we have 107. Sewer only accounts 54, none of those being plugged. Your revenue total was 130 with $177.73. Just below, your wastewater treatment has been sampled in compliance and is operating at 36% permitted capacity. 15% of that is coming from Freshwater One, 21% from Arcola Flow. If you turn your page, we're looking at your monthly reporting for your sewer plant. Highlighting yellow would be the read, the flow for the plant. You can see all what came in. To the more in the middle, we're looking at your final chlorine residual. And then to the end, we'll see the gallons that we received from Freshwater One. And that's how we get our numbers for the month. If you turn your page, we're looking at your DMR. Always highlight the E. coli. It came in at a 1.0, which is well below the 126 daily average that we were permitted, and well below the daily max of 399. That's all I have on the operator's report. I am asking approval for one unreturned payment for a cutoff in the amount of $128.75. The last thing before y'all finish, we did have yesterday we had a TCQ field person come out there to our sewer plant due to a complaint that he received coming from the smell that we've been dealing with. Our operator did meet with him. He did check our plant. He did report to me back that there were no alleged violations from unauthorized discharge. Our plant is operating really well. And he also did say that that came from the outside visit. I did explain to him that the Gulf Coast Water Authority did have a situation where they were working and they had to dam off the creek there, and that stopped flow by that. With us going through this drought, it quickly subsides, and then before you know it, you have fish out and they start dying, and you get the smell and all that combined, just in stagnant water. It smells bad. It smells like smoke. Once they finished that work, which at the time we found out, thanks to our wonderful engineer back there finding out for us, we were able to more understand and have an estimate of when it was. They since have fixed that. It's flowing again. That smell's gone, but unfortunately, this call came in. But we were good at our plant. And I just wanted everyone to know that.
Thank you, Roland.
That's all I have for the operation.
Roland, you had a leak over in Coastal this weekend, water leak. Was that?
If we did,
I heard it was on the city side.
if we did, I didn't hear about it, or I wasn't called in. I can go and look at it. If it was called in, we will send someone, and if it was a main break or on the city side. It wasn't a main, it was a slow, but it was a leak. If it's a service line leak, on the service line, yes, we will call that in. I'm not aware of it. We did respond to another call, but not on the post oak side. But if you have an address, or if you don't, I can send someone here in a second to go out there and check if you want. You don't have an address, right?
Well, no.
But it was on the street of post oak.
It was in post oak.
Okay. Yeah, I can have it checked out. We can also drive if you want me to wait.
It's a Blackman resident, though. Blackman, the name.
Oh, okay.
And I want to tell Roland, thank you so much, because Roland, now, they are 24/7, they are available to us. Anything that goes wrong with this, whether it's water, sewer, or whatever, 24/7, this man answers the call, and I just want to say I appreciate that. Yeah.
Roland, I have a quick question. When you look at the screen, what was pumped was 6.3 million, what was billed was 6.1. Can you explain the variance, please?
So anytime we do flush, it's required by TCQ. Now, we put 5,000, generally it's a little more, there's a lot of dead end flushings that are there. So we do flush. If there is a leak that's not, like the councilman said, then yes, there could be more water loss. All that's unaccounted for water. Anything that's not going through a meter is not being registered. That falls under that. Now, one thing to note is that the state is real hard about accountability. This district has a very good number. As long as it's above that 88%, we're fine. We've always been in the 90s, which is very, very good. Most districts would love to be where y'all are at sitting, but there are things that you don't account for out there that happen. The flushing is one of the biggest things that we do. That anytime we fix a leak or do a repair, we're going to flush the lines. We don't want that getting into customer system.
Thank you.
I want to use, man, point of privilege, just to follow up on what he just said about Gulf Coast Water Authority. So I want to point this out because I just found out when I walked back. They are wanting to replace a culvert under McKeever Road. And so, depending on what they're gonna do, we've not seen the plans, but they just told me a few seconds ago about it. And so, just like we had that problem with the stench, it shouldn't happen. The only reason with the stench was because the contractor that was doing that work for Gulf Coast Water Authority went beyond the time that was allocated. Other than that, it would have never been an issue. And so we're gonna be very mindful, but I want to at least point it out to this body and to the public, and that's sometime in the future. We haven't gotten the plans yet, but they just said it, so I'm like, well, let me just put it out there right now. But we'll be monitoring. I mean, that canal system was shut down in excess of 3 to 4 weeks, and so that's why that happened right there. I just wanted to mention it while we're standing here, so everybody knows that's the deal right there.
Yeah. So thank you. Just when they let you know, let us know, because we talked to them as well, and we told them next time, please inform us so we can inform our residents as well.
Yeah, we know ahead of time we can put inserts in the bill, or we can get around to the customer.
Okay.
Roland, you need us to approve this? The cutoff?
Yes.
Make a motion that we approve the cutoff provided by Roland in his report.
Second.
Motion was made by Mayor Pro Tem Abar, second by Councilmember Bigby. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion is passed. I would like to entertain a motion to approve the report.
Make a motion that we approve the MOC monthly report.
Motion has been made by Mayor Pro Tem Abar, second by Councilmember Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you. Thank you.
Agenda item 5B, to approve the amendment of the flower policy ordinance to increase the purchase amount to $200 general fund. Ingrid Flournoy, City Secretary. I brought this before the council on yesterday. This is just to increase from our $150 limit to $200 due to the increase in pricing.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilmember Bigby, second by Mayor Pro Tem Abar. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you.
Agenda item 6, contracts and agreements. All items under this section is up for discussion, consideration, and possible action. 6A, to award the construction contract to Craig and Height Inc. for the Howell Street, Howell Court, Peach Lane, Gregg Street, West Davis Street, North Street, and Sears Road pavement rehabilitation, City of Arcola, Fort Bend County, Texas, in an amount not to exceed $612,049.35 from the certificate of obligation, Mr. Larry Turner, Calusa Inc.
All right, everyone should have our recommendation. Bids were open up on this particular project on the 19th of February. We had a total of 6 contractors bid the project. We've checked all the bids for accuracy and what have you. our recommendation is to award this contract to Craig and Hyde in the amount of $612,049.35. We've actually worked with them before. They've done work in and around Fort Bend County and basically the Gulf Coast area. And so that's our recommendation. I'll entertain any questions anyone have of me as it relates to our recommendation.
So Lawrence, I mean, there's one street that, you know, we're still trying to get the approval on. But- So what is the time frame
So what'll
that
happen?
is gonna be required?
So what's going to happen is they'll work on all the other streets, because even after it's awarded, we still gotta do a pre-construction meeting, issue a notice to proceed, and they'll start on all the other streets first, and get all those done, and this will be the last street, that one house street, that'll be the last street that they'll work on, and until I'm authorized by the city to do it.
So how much time will we have to be able to get that authorization?
You got about a month or two.
Month or two?
Yeah, you don't have 4 months.
We don't have 4 months.
You don't have 4 months.
Okay.
Mr.
Any
Chairman,
other question? Yes, sir.
this list of streets,
Yes, sir.
did you look at Honey Grove Street?
Did I look at Honey Grove?
Did you look at any of these streets?
Oh, yeah, you talking about the streets that we're doing?
Did y'all go citywide?
No,
You didn't go citywide?
no, sir.
You just went by the list that you was given by
Mayor Williams.
Yes,
Mayor
sir.
Week? Okay. So. Just ask because.
Oh, okay, no, I was waiting.
Needs it, so I won't be supporting this deal.
Yeah, no, I mean, this, we came to this body right here with it and everything. We're just doing as ordered.
Well, I asked, you might want to go look at it, but I guess go where you're destined, where you're told to go, so,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Any other questions for me as it relates to this item right here?
Mayor, entertain a motion, please.
I make a motion to approve the water construction contract to Greg and Hyde for the Howell Street, Howell Court, Peach Lane, Gregg Street, West Davis Street, North Street, and Sears Road pavement rehabilitation, not to exceed $612,449.35.
And just, what's, motion?
I'll second.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Motion has been made by Councilmember Jones, second by Mayor Pro Tem Abar, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
So noted. Motion is passed.
Agenda item 6B, to award the contract to Tika for the West Fork Chocolate Bayou drainage improvement from FM 521 to South Pine, City of Arcola, Fort Bend County, Texas, in an amount not to exceed $272,500.26. Certificate of obligation, Mr. Lawrence Turner, Calusa, Inc.
Again, this is a project that we opened up bids on February 19th. And we had a total of 6 bidders on this as well. And I might add, we've been very fortunate with our projects to have a good number of bidders get out there. That's a good thing. You always want that. Of the 6 bidders, the low bidder was Tika Construction in the amount of $272,510.26. We had not worked with them before, but we did. All the references made sure that they had done reputable work, and we did not have any negative references from them. And so our recommendation is to award that contract to Tika Construction in the amount of $272,510.26. I'll entertain any questions anybody have of me as it relates to this agenda item.
Since you haven't worked with this contractor, the low bid contractor,
Yes, sir.
in the past,
Yes,
are
sir.
you going to, be doing a little bit more thorough inspection of the work that they do?
Even if we work with you, we trust, but we verify. So it doesn't matter whether we've worked with them before or not. they still get the same level of scrutiny and inspection as it relates to that work. And a lot of times, I mean, just, there's been some people that we've not worked with before, but when we worked with them, it's like, man, they're good, hold on a second. You're all right, so we don't judge a book by its cover, we make sure we read it thoroughly before we pass judgment. And sometimes, sometimes it's harder dealing with contractors that may not be as good, I'm gonna say, as others, and that's okay. That just means we're gonna work that much harder, but at the end of the day, we're gonna get what we paid for.
And these companies have performance bonds.
Oh, yeah, no, all that,
that's,
yes, all that happens. That's a given on any public project. Yes, sir.
I have no other questions.
The question I have is, let me ask you, Mr. Attorney, is it normally, this process normally takes this long? Because I'm asking just simply because we approved this in August of 2025. And it's just now coming up. And then it's gonna be, you gotta go through some other process, then it's gonna be 90 days to completion from what I have on here. So does it normally take this long to get to this process?
So normally the bidding process, because I'm gonna work my way back from it. And so you are a governmental agency, so there are just certain things that you have to do, period. It doesn't matter. That guy sitting right over there, he's gonna say, That auditor, wherever they may be, they're gonna say, So what we do is, you got the bidding process, which means you gotta advertise twice in the paper. We gotta have a pre-bid where they come, and then once we do get that bid opening, that's when we come to you at your next council meeting. Then if you keep going back, we gotta get the plans done. And so that's that other segment right there. From the time you get the plans done, or time you start the job, till you get the plans done. So, I mean, there's just certain things in there that happen.
How long is the bid, 90 days? Is it 90 days?
Yeah, it's about 60 days.
About 60 days?
Yeah. And it depends on like when the council, and we generally try to schedule it. We look at when the council meeting is, and then that's how we kind of set when we'll do the pre-bid, when we gotta do the advertising, because we gotta make sure we keep a copy of that, because when somebody wants to audit you,
Yeah.
they're gonna, first thing they're gonna say is, well, did you follow your procurement guidelines? Yes, we did. Next question.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they gonna, this bio, are they digging it, or are they just cleaning all the debris that's down through there?
This is cleaning out debris, removing trees. You do have some high spots in there. The depth is the depth. I mean, overall, the depth. I mean, we can't deep because when you get to the city limit, it's at, I'm gonna say 99. You can't dig any deeper than 99 or you'll be holding water back. But the main thing with this one right here is you have a lot of, from where the last hurricane we had. We've also got, and I've said this before when we did this many years ago, we got people that have built obstructions across there. And it's amazing. And so once we clean this again, we have to be very vigilant and go up and down that, like, you just gotta go up and down that bayou and check, because it only takes a weekend to put something there. When we walked this thing one day, Mayor, I had you with me. They were building a concrete bridge over there. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, so it only takes a weekend. And so we have to be vigilant and go up and down there and maintain that. It's not what we do. We just, unfortunately, we come in and gotta clean it up.
Would there be any colors installed on this project?
No, sir.
So it'd be mostly cleaning and very minimum digging costs.
That's correct. And a lot of debris removal though.
A lot of debris.
There's the problem right there.
Of course, you'll make sure, because it's a drainage thing, you'll make sure that it's graded properly.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that's that, so I'll imagine that.
Any other questions for me? Yes, ma'am.
Entertain motion.
Yes. I make a motion that we award the construction contract to Teca for the West Fork Chocolate Bayou Drainage Improvement from FM 521 to South Pine, City of Arcola, Fort Bend County, Texas, in an amount not to exceed $272,510.26.
Second.
Motion been made by Councilmember Jones, second by Councilmember Biggie, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed. And I wanted to let you, yeah, I'm good with you, I'm good with you. I just want to let everybody know, we also, we still have drainage projects that we're gonna be doing throughout the city. I mean, we have to do them kind of in sections. We can't do everything all at one time, but, that's the purpose of having the certificates of obligation to address drainage, to address streets, and to address, expansion of the wastewater treatment plant. So those things are gonna be ongoing, so just to let you know.
Agenda item 6C, to approve a memorandum of understanding with Houston Galveston Area Council to participate in the HGAC funding development program for assistance with grant readiness and funding opportunities. Erica Carr Bryant, Police Chief.
Good evening, council. This is just a MOU for us to go into a partnership with HGAC. Back in October of last year, they put out a program that would help us, they would help us plan grants, they would help us find grants, and they would walk us through that process. So it's a funding development program. We actually have classes that we take where they help us and make sure we get the grants. I have met with them twice. They are in love with our program that I put out there. So our program is a community engagement and youth initiative program that we put out for HGAC. So this is just an MOU. There's no cost to the city for us to be able to partner with them.
And I entertain a motion on this approval of the memorandum of understanding.
Okay. I make a motion that we approve a memorandum of understanding MOU with Houston Galveston Area Council, HSGAC, to participate in the Houston Galveston Area Council funding development program for assistance with grants, readiness, and funding opportunities.
A second.
Motion has been made by Councilmember Jones, second by Mayor Pro Tem Abar, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The motion is passed. Thank you. Thank you.
Agenda item 6D, to approve the joint election agreement and contract for election services between Fort Bend County and the city of Arcola for a joint May 2nd, 2026 election general fund. Ingrid Flournoy, City Secretary. As stated before, we have an election coming up for May 2nd. And so this is to have the Fort Bend County Elections Administration Office to handle all of our election needs. I did reach out to them in regards to the main polling place for the city of Arcola for election day. I did not receive a response back on today, but as soon as I know, I will let you all know what that looks like for the city of Arcola.
Can I entertain a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve the joint election agreement and contract for election service between Fort Bend County and the city of Arcola for a joint May 2nd, 2026 election June fund.
Should we vote on that? You said you hadn't heard back from.
No, just regarding where, like, cause right now, everything that they have as far as polling locations, early voting and election day is preliminary because it is subject to change. But, to know exactly what they're thinking about for the city of Arcola for like election day, cause right now, for early voting, it's all open countywide. However, when it comes to election day, I have to see, since Mustang is closed due to renovations, what that looks like for the city of Arcola. But for them to even do, we still have to pay them to do the elections, like for early voting and
We
everything.
have to pay anyhow.
Yes,
I
sir.
get that. But you're talking about location.
Yes, sir. So right now, what you have in your book are the preliminary. So all of it is preliminary right now. So nothing is actually set in stone, even today, even with the information that we have. None of the locations are set in stone.
Councilman, is that something we need to vote on?
Yeah, you can cover the final location in the notice of election.
Yes.
And that's coming up later, but this sets in place the administration, all the things that have to happen before the notice of election happens.
Yes. So, Given that, can I entertain a motion on this, please?
Ms. Jones already has a motion, I second.
Okay, motion's been made by Councilmember Jones, second by Mayor Pro Tem Abar, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed.
Agenda item 7, ordinances and resolutions. 7A, discussion, consideration of, and possible action to adopt a resolution establishing the city council of the city of Arcola, Texas, position on a pending community-related matter. Mayor Vita B. Williams.
Yes, this is a resolution that would basically clarify the city's position on this facility that's coming, open and supposedly coming to Pinedale Manor. We want to make the city's position clear that we do not support any fight against that facility, nor do we support anything that, any language that this facility will bring the neighborhood down. Those are statements made by an individual council member, but that does not reflect the city's position, because the city's position is that we will not violate federal law. So we want to make sure that the city clarifies that position, that Councilmember was taking a personal stance based on his residency over there and not on behalf of the city. So, council, what I'm asking you all to do, if you would vote on granting the authority to the city attorney to come up with a resolution for the next meeting.
You want a motion? I make a motion to adopt a resolution establishing the city council of the city of Arcola, Texas, position on a pending community-related matter.
Motion's been made by Councilmember Jones, second by Councilmember Bigby. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
So noted. Motion is passed.
That's all, wasn't
At this time, it is 7:02 p.m. City Council will convene into closed executive session as authorized under section 551.071 and 551.074 of the Texas Constitution with the term.
Can I get everybody to leave? You can wait in the community center until they come back into the session.
We'll reconvene now.
Okay. Okay.
That's good.
Time is now 7:16 p.m. We will reconvene into regular session to take action on items from executive session. At this time, may I entertain a motion on Arcola digital sign?
Mayor, I make a motion that we authorize the city attorney to pursue getting the return of our Arcola digital sign.
Motion has been made by Mayor Pro Tem Abar, second by Councilmember Bigby. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion is passed.
And also, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the payment for repairs of the wastewater collection line on West Davis for the amount of $550.
Motion has been made by Mayor Pro Tem Abar, second by Councilmember Bigby. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed.
Previous, what about that?
Do we need a motion on that previous? 'Cause
We
you need to
we
look
understand
at-
what you want us to
Yes,
do.
okay, yeah. Yeah, we know we
Okay.
need to move forward. Okay, are there any other questions, concerns? Yeah, but at this point, can I entertain a
Second, I second.
motion has been made for adjournment by Councilmember Bigby, second by Councilmember Jones. All in favor? All opposed? This meeting is adjourned at, hey, y'all, we still at 7:18 p.m.